Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. And it's a beautiful day for the Pirate Broadcast. And thank you so much for joining us. And join in the community. The Pirate Broadcast community is live and well, and make those connections, reach out and have some conversations. And today we're having a conversation with Jim is in the room, becoming a pirate. Jim, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Russ. Thanks so much for having me on today.
You know, Jim is an individual that is also like myself doing remote broadcasting, putting shows out there, using StreamYard as a tool and using other tools on live streaming. So we're going to be talking about, guess what? Live streaming today. So Jim, thank you so much for joining me. And I know that you've been involved in engaged in live streaming for a while. So give us the backstory. How'd you get involved in that?
It was really almost, I guess you could call it accidental, and that back when, like seems so long ago, but 2017, 18, when Facebook Live really started to become a thing, I was like everybody else. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to be on camera and talk and all that stuff. And I went to social media marketing world and I met Kelly Noble Mirabella, who's become like a chatbot. I call her Queen at that point. And she's like, oh, join my Facebook group. And she did a live Facebook challenge where we had to go live every day on our, personal profile or whatever. And so that was kind of getting over the fear of, as, fans would say, just press the damn button. And so then every once in a while I would do something. And then I had a friend, Lindsay Anderson, who was doing this show on Thursday nights. It was called Marketing and Merlot. So they were drinking wine and talking about stuff. So that was kind of fun. And I had started playing around with Instagram TV, and they were like, "Does anybody?" And so that was back when you could invite people. They were using BeLive at the time,
Yeah.
and so they invited me on, and I started talking about it, and caught the attention of Tim Sohn, and then he invited me to be on his show. And then he's like, "Hey, how'd you like to do a show together?" And it's kind of like it just kind of took off from there. And going back, I guess you could say, to my Marine Corps time and always wanting to do better, get better, we just kept focusing on improving. And you start to realize, especially, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, that there's a lot of people that need help with this.
Yeah.
And so jumped into remote producing, been doing several of those, doing virtual events like yourself. And I don't think it's ever going away. I think it's only going to become bigger. And I think people really need to, especially small business owners, you need to think about how you're getting your message out there. Because I just don't know that people, it's not that we don't like to read. I love reading, but I think there's just so much going on that, videos are a great way to get your message out there.
I have to agree with you on that 100%. And here's the thing is, as you create content, if you start out with video, and that's the experiment I've had with the Pirate Broadcast. If you start out with video, you can always spin the audio off and create a podcast. You can transcribe the audio and make a post. So you have words, images, audio, and video. And that helps you build the authority and be noticed online. And, people can accidentally find you or search you and track you down. And the reality is that if we put ourselves out there and we're able to tell our story and message what we're doing and why we're doing it, this pandemic may be, what happens if it goes 2 years, 3 years? Businesses need to be able to cut through the noise, articulate their value, and make sure people understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. And video plays into that extremely well. And, producing shows isn't everybody's sweet spot. It's not something everybody wants to do. And so there are people that want to do it, and there are people that want it done. And so if we can help them and assist them in their process, then it's a great win. It's a win-win
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, and it's also fun because you and I are in a small group where we get to talk occasionally, and it's really neat to learn how other people are doing stuff and how we can help each other get better. And I think that's what I think sometimes people need to realize. It's like I don't look at it as competition. I look more at it as collaboration because people are going to work with people they know, like, and trust. So
Hmm.
some people aren't going to be a good fit for me. I might say, well, hey, you need to talk to Russ or vice versa.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't have the time because you're booked, and but you want people to have a quality experience. So it's its own community, I think, of all of us that are doing this remote production work, and I think it's a lot of fun.
You know, I enjoy it because I've always loved solving problems and building systems and kind of solutions. It's like, okay, let me help you figure this out. And at the time, I've probably been doing something very similar or in the same vein since 2014.
Wow,
And I was early adopter on Blab. I was one of the, early. I don't know if you remember Blab or you
I
ever
do.
had an opportunity to get on Blab, but it's all of these different versions of live streaming and some of the things that it took place. Because I was piping in. I used to teach classes when I was over in Houston, and I'd pipe in experts from around the world and teach a class to somebody that I brought together, in person. And so it's really an extension of that, and being able to say, okay, well, what's required to bring people together around a subject that people need to hear about.
Right.
And so it's a great puzzle to unpack and publish and share with the audience, because it's and I, like you said, I don't think it's going to go away. So what's popping up in the world for you right now in terms of production go?
Yeah, so I actually was fortunate. I'm still working with them. I actually have been producing a series for MIT and IBM on what's next in AI, and it's been a it's 3 straight weeks, 3 hour production, and that's the whole thing, right? It's not just the 3 hours.
Yeah, it's not
It's
just the
getting
3
each of
hours.
the speakers on ahead of time and making sure they understand the process, how they're going to share their presentation, understanding when they need to show up, doing the transitions between speakers to make it look smooth. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And so even these big companies, we're using StreamYard too.
Yeah.
It's so easy for them, especially when especially right now, people are working remotely. Like most of these professors and presenters are coming out of their house. They're not sitting on campus. So that's been fun. And then more in front of the screen, my friend Chris Stone and I are co-hosting a new show on Amazon. Well, it's not, I guess, new anymore. We started in July, but we're on Amazon Live, and a lot of people don't realize that that's become a thing. And you got to get accepted. Uh, so that's where you want to build at least your Twitter or your YouTube following up, so you got enough numbers to
Uh-huh.
apply to get into their program. And of course, the other joke is you have to have an iPhone because their app to allow you to set up your show is only on iOS at the moment. So I just shot Apple
I don't know,
stock
there's
out.
some irony in that.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know why I find that funny, but here's the deal: is behind the curtains, we're all human, and all
yep,
of these organizations have evolved over time. You've seen the one where the Amazon desk. They used to go buy doors and use 4x4s to screw their legs on to. That's how Jeff Bezos started
yeah,
out. It's just like bare bones. And what that does is gives us the idea or the inspiration that anything can happen. Anything can happen with live streaming, with even Gimlet Media with their podcasting. They started the show, and in the podcasting world, and a few years later, they sold it for what, $250 million to Spotify.
Right. Yeah.
Like
They might be able to live on that, right?
they might. I don't know. I don't know. I might take a vacation if I had that.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I want to give a shout out to some of the friends and family in the pirate community here. Pablo, he's here. Good morning, Russ and Jim. Good afternoon, where I am. Nick Gimmel's in the house. Good morning,
Awesome.
Nick. He's a pirate. Barb Tomlin, thank you so much. What an awesome introduction to our mutual friend, Jim.
Good to
Yes,
see you,
Barb.
Barb.
Thank you so much for being. LT is in the house. I wish I
Awesome.
could have gotten into podcast producing side early. That's fantastic.
It's
And
it's still early,
it's
LT. It's
still
still
early.
early.
It is still early. And he says, good morning, by the way. Good morning, LT. And it's so funny. We grew up in the same town. So
Wow.
Gabriel, good morning, gentlemen. He's another one. A great day for a conversation.
Yep.
Gabriel's doing the made from scratch broadcast. Nick's still scared of video. I'll train you, Nick. So Tim, two awesome individuals. So Tim's in the house. Let's see, Tim. Good morning, Jim and Russ.
I know. I'm a little bummed this morning. Tim said no coffee and donuts this morning, but I'm like, isn't every day a day for coffee and donuts? Just saying, Tim. Just saying.
What are you saying, Tim? It's like, dang. And then Adam is here. Good morning, gentlemen. And Hyatt Ives, good morning. You know, the pirate community is it's awesome. I know there's a lot of individuals that are very kind and considerate and really attend and follow up. And, you know, my biggest audience is on LinkedIn. You know, you're on Amazon. I'm going to have to go investigate that. I'm going to have a discussion with you on that, figure out.
Absolutely.
You know, because I think it has, do you have to have a FLB account or, you know?
Oh no, you just you're basically selling their stuff in a sense. You're almost like being a home shopping network QVC channel of your own. But what we've done, Chris and I, is we bring people on as guests too. We don't just make it us talking about stuff. So we interviewed Russ Hedge recently about his
Oh, yeah.
upcoming book, and then we
He's a pirate.
interviewed Audrey Bell Kearney, and that's where we were talking about the stuff you were talking and I were talking about before we came live about all these things that you can now do with Amazon skills. There's so many opportunities for us as small businesses to build our awareness through skills. I mean, and you know, they're just getting to be. I call Amazon. I know this might sound funny, the sleeping giant when it comes to the creator side. I mean,
well, and a lot of people don't know that they own Twitch either.
right.
So there's a huge secret sauce that they're brewing, I think, in their infrastructure. Plus, they have you know, a few servers here and there.
Yeah.
Probably stream some content around.
Yeah. Well, and you've basically got your own logistics chain in there, you know. So if you find things and talk about it, you know, people order it, you get a small percentage, but you know, that's you think how long it can take someone on YouTube to monetize their channel, where you in essence can almost instantly monetize if you get on the Amazon Live. I mean, it takes some work. Don't get me wrong, because you've got to go out there and just like you do with this show and Tim and I do with the Tim and Jim show, you got to be consistent. And if you're not consistent, you're not gonna, you know, because I'm sure that the Pirate Nation would be like, where did Russ go if he didn't show up for one of your shows?
Yeah, I'm closing in on 300, Jim.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
And I'm booking 5 days a week, and I'm actually teaching people how that process takes place. So I'm building some courses over on the Pirate Syndicate, which is kind of the home base for broadcasting and live streaming and production and things like that. So it's really amazing to me. I think we live in the most amazing time because we're at a point where you are the media.
Yes.
You are the one that has control over your story, your message, and where you place it and where you produce it. And now that we have tools like StreamYard, we have the ability to just go live on multiple platforms all at once. It's an amazing time to be a creator, and I think we're just on the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like, and I think the biggest thing is when you really look at the numbers, and I think the number of all the, like, what, 675 plus million people on LinkedIn, I think they say maybe 3% create content.
Hmm.
So for all those people that feel like, "Oh, it's too late." No, I don't know when it's too late, because something new is gonna come out, or you're gonna figure out a better way to tell your story, or come up with, I know you and I both, like to kinda always play around and say, "What can I do different?" Like,
Yeah,
even what you've done here with this overlay, a lot of people are like, "Well, how did he do that?" Right? And it's just a matter of working at it,
yeah. It's just like you got to work creatively at being a
right?
creator.
Right? Or hire someone that can do some of the creative piece for you.
Yeah, or call
You
Jim
just
or
gotta
Russ
have the vision. Yeah,
or Gabriel, or there's a
yeah,
lot of people out there that love helping others, especially in the pirate community is all about that. And
right.
it's really fascinating to me, Jim, to see how many people are willing to help and contribute. And
Yeah.
it's always good. Barb says, I've just recently broken down and started using my Alexa devices. I find myself saying, "Thank you, Alexa," often. When she responded, "You're welcome, Barbara," I was blown away. And
Yeah,
these things are going to be more immersive, more interactive, whether you believe it's a good thing or a bad thing. The mundane and the minutia that can be taken away by, AI and machine learning and things like that are going to
right.
increase in it. It's going to increase in our lives. And they've come out with some uh, recent updates that are just mind blowing,
Yeah,
actually.
we literally just got, and it was actually yesterday, because Amazon delivers 7 days a week. I had ordered these 2, wireless outdoor cameras that they're by Blink, which Amazon now owns. It's, and so put the cameras up, they tie into my, uh Amazon, onto my phone, into my Echo Show, and so I could literally just say, "Show me the front door camera." Boom, it pops up on my little video screen there, and I
Yeah.
can talk to the people, and it's like, so they're even getting into the security business, so
Yeah.
they're everywhere, even if you don't know it, and yeah, or you can, like, what's funny too, Barb, if you haven't tried it yet, if, you can set up what they call communicate, you can, like, say you're at the store, and you could hit that, and you can record and just say, "Hey guys, I'm on my way home," hit send, and it'll play on your devices through the speakers. That's like, I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool."
Yeah.
It scares some
Text
people
me if you
too.
need anything from the grocery store. I'm stopping by.
Right.
You know, here's the other fascinating thing, Jim, is that we don't know. I mean, just like in the last year, look at all of the transitions. Remote medicine was
Yeah.
really getting pushed back. HIPAA, we can't do that. We can't do this. We can't do. All of a sudden, 7 months into a pandemic, and all of a sudden it's there. You call your doctor, they set up an appointment, they get a secure call, and all of a sudden you're at the doctor's office from the couch in the living room.
Right.
And people have to think about what opportunities these challenges present, because every challenge has an opportunity, you know.
Absolutely.
And the way I look at it is that we have an opportunity to help so many people, Jim, out in the out in the community that is going to be looking forward to some way. I mean, think of all of the manufacturers that are now no longer going to an expo.
Right.
They're not going to conferences. Say, for instance, we took an example of a general contractor, and we got 5 of their subs to pitch in some budget, and all of a sudden have a contractor show, or a real estate broker that is doing a community show. They're doing their neighborhood, and all of a sudden you have several businesses that want to pitch in, and all of a sudden the real estate agent is talking about those businesses and what impact they have on the local community and the good things that they're doing to support the community. And all of that kind of content is really going to make an impact on the world and make a difference in the community. And I think that's what people are really looking forward to, is how can we improve and communicate and bring people together. And I think a lot of people are searching for that effort.
Well,
So,
oh, yeah, I mean, just the fact that, we've become friends over the past few months because of technology. I mean, you live in Arizona, I'm
mhm,
in Georgia. I mean, we would not have met in the old days. I think even what's interesting is these times have really made us think about how do I connect with people, and we don't always. I mean, yeah, it's great to go and meet people in person, but
mhm,
now you can meet with people virtually anywhere. It's
yeah,
just a matter of setting up the time, and I think it's very powerful. I mean, because I always like to joke the only thing you're not getting yet with video is the touch, taste, and smell,
yeah,
but you get all those other emotions involved, and I think
yeah.
it's just such a powerful medium.
It is a powerful medium. And the argument on the other side is, well, you should have subtitles and everything, and because some people watch it in the office with no sound. And how yeah, I have challenges with that because I love just turning on the camera and talking and just
Yep.
communicating my idea at the moment. And it's almost like a legacy thing. It's almost like I just want to capture this moment because I'm thinking about this, and I know if I'm thinking about it, somebody else is probably thinking about it, and bringing it together. And that's how I got started before the pirate broadcast. I was doing 2-minute tips every day, and just end of the day, last thing, I just turn on the camera, drop whatever I was thinking about, and people started reacting to it and responding to it. And then my computer started crashing, and I got frustrated. It's like I can't do this anymore.
I need a new computer.
Yeah, yeah. Mark LaCour says doing complex business remotely is now totally acceptable. What a game changer! Absolutely, absolutely. That's a true
Well,
story,
and
Mark.
I think it's actually good for businesses that they're finally embracing remote work because one, I think it improves the quality of life for the employees. Yeah, sure, they got to deal sometimes with the family stuff, but they're going to get the work done because they're being trusted to meet a deadline, right? I almost think sometimes it's I don't know, maybe it's the industrial revolution type thing, but the mentality of like you got to work from 9 to 5. Well, as long as I get the work done, does it matter if I work from 9 to 5 or from 5 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon or 1 in the afternoon until midnight? Because
Yeah,
we all have different really cycles of when we work best. We don't all work the same. And you know, if you think about it, I remember back when I had a job many years ago, it'd be like how much time was spent around everyone just kind of standing around the water cooler chit-chatting or constantly taking breaks and be like, "Hey, Russ, how's it going today?" And
yeah,
as opposed to actually like, "Okay, I got to get this done. I'm not going to get interrupted." I think there's a lot to be said for that, and that's where this even like I think StreamYard, right? A lot of people don't realize you can have up to 10 people on it. Well, you could use this for meetings if you really wanted to, and
hmm
not have to record them and do some things that maybe you don't want to do with Zoom.
yeah,
Uh, there's just so many ways to be creative with this stuff, and I think you and I were talking about too, like with, event platforms, virtual event
right.
platforms. That's a space that's gonna, I think, continue to evolve. It's like I'm waiting for the thing that takes over Zoom because Zoom kinda was like the first one out there, but I think, looking for I don't know if I wanna call it the Zoom killer, but there'll be something else, just like everything else.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's a big opportunity, and I used to beta test Crowdcast, which is a great webinar platform. It's great for teaching shows and training and things like that, but it's not necessarily a good conference piece. There's and then I used what was another tool? Big Marker. I used a Big Marker platform a while ago, and that was cumbersome. And then I'm working on a project that includes Maestro, which is a streams from Twitch a lot. It's for broadcasting, and it's just all of these platforms have a kind of a slice of it down, but they don't really have it universally down. If that makes
Right.
sense.
It does. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, I mean, StreamYard is really great because it's easy access for the end user that isn't technical. You just take a link and you say, yes, accept my camera, accept my mic, and you're in the broadcast booth. There's a couple of adjustments, but not monumental technology challenges.
Right.
And so, but nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect. So it's just a matter of being able to work with what you have and make the best of it. But StreamYard has made a difference in my life because I remember streaming from Ecamm and, working at System Resources and then having to use uh, another tool for streaming out to multiple platforms and then making these connections. And, it's a little more technical. OBS, I used to use OBS or Wirecast and all these other tools that a lot of people are going, I've never heard of that. So it's like,
Right. Yeah.
Maureen says, Maureen says, hi, Jim. So
Hey,
she's
Maureen.
here today. She says, it's really, it's really challenging. And Mark LaCour says this as well. So the problem with online conferences is that people are trying to recreate the live experience on the web, which I think is the wrong approach. I totally agree with that. Let's make it a live event online and make it what it is, remote.
Right.
So,
Right.
and get
Yeah,
the,
because I think ultimately when people do these virtual events, they want to be able to network, right? Like they
yeah,
want to be able to say, okay, I want to have a conversation like you and I are having now. Um, but not, let's not like get too crazy and feel like, we're going to be exactly like we are in person because we're not. But I think there's opportunities there that are still being worked on. I mean, everything from gamification to a lot of other things that I think it's just a matter of how do you tie it into the technology that you're using. And I
yeah,
think the other barrier to entry in some aspects with events is some of the better event platforms are very pricey. And so even if you or I as a virtual event producer was going to use it, it's like just the cost of the platform itself. A lot of times companies are going to say, oh, I don't want to spend that much. But yet they'd spend 10 times that much if it was a live event.
isn't it crazy? The mindset. It's like, well,
Yeah,
I don't have to travel, so I'm going to cut it down considerably. It's like,
right.
well, that's not the way to think about it. Let's put it in production.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
I we did an amazing event with Mark LaCour over in Houston with OGGN and API, an organization, and 3 cameras set up, A10 mini, and then different camera shots and presentation involved in it, and all of a sudden, live streaming as well. And it's got great audience, it got great reception, and it was a challenge, and worked out really well. So I get excited about it. It's like, okay, look what we can do. Look at the
Hmm.
possibilities. We're just like at the tip of the iceberg here. So let's keep
Yeah. Yeah.
going.
The A10 mini is next on my list of things to get.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. So, and I did invest in. I got another camera. So I got 3 Sigma prime lenses. I got the 56, the 30, and the 16. So,
Wow.
and I got the two 6400 Sonys. So I got that set up. I'm getting set up. So I
Wow.
got,
Yeah.
but so I'll
I'll
get
have
it
to
set
talk
up.
to you about that stuff.
Yeah. And it's really a matter of just, investing back in the business and making sure
Hmm.
that, and you don't know where's the best choice going. However, it's like an instrument. You're playing an instrument, you're learning your instrument, you're experimenting with what it sounds like, what it can do, what it can make an impact with. And so we just need to keep practicing.
Absolutely.
Well, Jim, this has been a phenomenal conversation, and I look forward to many more like this, and getting involved and engaged in the community. And if you're out there and you're looking for some help and assistance, both Jim and I, reach out to us, ask questions, get the information you need to put on your own virtual event, your own, build your own show, create your own experience, learn something new. You can always find me at russjohns.com, book Russ if you want to call, or the Pirate Syndicate. So, Jim, where can people find you and track you down?
Yeah, best place is LinkedIn. Just look for Jim Fuhs. I claimed that name long ago, so there's only one of me. Also, fusionmarketing.com is my website, and I'm also very active on Twitter as well. And
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, I'd say LinkedIn's the best place.
LinkedIn.
And the same thing, if you go to my profile, you can book a free call as well if you want to have a conversation about stuff. Because yeah, I think that's the big thing, right? I think you and I both. I have no problem sharing information with people because a lot of this stuff is it's not rocket science, and ultimately you got to decide if you're going to want to make the investment to get this stuff done yourself.
Yeah. And you have to make it enjoyable too.
Yep.
Let's have fun with it. Let's enjoy it, because when you do, it really makes a difference. It makes a difference in the outcome. So, and everyone here, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate the pirate community, and I appreciate the fact that you are here and you joined us. And if you're watching this remote or listening to the podcast or checking out the page on russjohns.com, thank you so much. And if you have questions, just drop me a note. I hang out on LinkedIn as well. You can always reach me there. And just take a moment, think about how you can help yourself and having a fabulous week. And because kindness is cool, smiles are free, and you enjoy the day. Take care, everyone.
Thanks.
Don't go away, Jim.
I will.
Thank you for joining the Pirate Broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that easy. If you want to be seen, be heard, and be talked about, join the Pirate Syndicate today.